Episode 24, Fields of the Absent.
Are you sure it was her, John?
The whispering voice of his wife was barely audible over the thrumming noise of the ancient air conditioning unit. The stale, heavy air felt like a physical burden on John's shoulders as he stood in front of the dimly lit mirror, studying his aged face. The lines of worry and sleepless nights were etched deeply into his skin, a physical testament to the ordeal of the past few days. John sighed heavily, rubbing his weary eyes.
I don't know, Mary, he admitted. But it looked like her. It sounded like her.
The memory replayed itself in John's mind, a never-ending loop of his daughter Emily, stepping onto a bus filled with lively children, all laughing and chattering. The bus was a regular sight, ordinary in every way except it was not Emily's usual bus. But it was too late before he realized, the bus had already vanished down the winding road, leaving him in the choking dust. For 4 days, he'd been living in a waking nightmare. Emily, along with 17 other children, had disappeared, seemingly swallowed by the earth itself. The school was clueless, the local police were baffled. The only lead they had was the bus, the damned yellow bus. Tension had hung heavy over the community, parents of the missing children huddled together in fear and shared grief. But things took an eerie turn when drawings began appearing in the mailboxes, each one bearing a different haunting scene involving a school bus, and a sinister note on the back, "It's just a little trip." His heart twisted painfully at the memory of Emily's drawing, a vivid scene of a bus dangling over a fiery chasm. The image was burnt into his mind, a terrifying token from his missing child. The grim discovery of the scarecrow field sent shivers down his spine. Each scarecrow dressed in their children's clothing, arranged ominously in the deserted field, accompanied by the chilling lyrics to the nursery rhyme etched into the ground. It was enough to chill anyone's blood. As the morning light pierced through the grime-streaked windows of his home, John found himself standing at the end of his driveway. A lit cigarette dangled from his shaking fingers, the smoke curling upwards and disappearing into the dull grey sky. His heart pounded in his chest as he heard the familiar rumble of a diesel engine approaching. A yellow bus came around the bend, its cheerful exterior a stark contrast to the dread-filled scene. As it stopped in front of him, John found himself holding his breath. His eyes scanned the faces of the children inside, hopeful, desperate. But none of them were Emily. A wave of despair washed over him, threatening to knock him off his feet. The bus moved on, leaving John alone once again with his thoughts and fears. The fading noise of the engine was soon replaced by the relentless ticking of the seconds that felt like an eternity. His mind raced, his heart ached, but one thing was certain: he would not rest until he found his Emily. No matter how horrifying the path was, he was ready to descend into the belly of the beast, to face the terror of the unknown. For his daughter, for Emily.
Whatever it takes, he whispered to the empty street. I'm coming for you, Em.